Arsenal, Gabriel Jesus has really shown the reason as to why Mikel Arteta told Edu to cough close to 45 million pounds and really pay it to Man City and really bring him to the Emirates. He has scored a brace and he has put up 2 assists. You imagine, all 4 goals that Arsenal scored, one man had a hand in them. That is a man who goes by the name of Gabriel Jesus. Full time, Arsenal 4, Leicester City 2, in the game that never looked all that one-sided, but a lot of glimpses we are really seeing into this game of football as Mikel Arteta got his 2nd win of the season. What a way to start a season. The way Mikel Arteta started last season is opposite to the way he's starting it this season. At Emirates, his first game of the season, he has gone ahead to really put 4 past Leicester City. Obviously, Leicester City, you expect it to score against you because they are really having some fantastic players like Maddison, Jamie Vardy, Patson Daka, which other player? Patson Daka, is it Ikenecho in the you saw they're really a better side also, but Arsenal really edged them today, and I really believe that those goals that Arsenal really conceded were really Arsenal would have really done a lot not to concede them, but obviously the good thing is that Arsenal has registered a 2nd win in 2 games. Those are 6 points. Arsenal is 2nd in the Premier League table and they are bossing up there. Man City is ahead of them because they've scored many goals more than Arsenal. Arsenal has a goal difference of 4 and Man City has a goal difference of 6 goals, and Arsenal this time around has not kept a clean sheet, but obviously they've executed a win at Emirates. Thank you guys for watching again. I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name. I'm here to react to the win that Arsenal has just gotten over a side which goes by the names of Leicester City. The game started, and the way it started, Leicester, by the way, Leicester got a shot on target more than Arsenal, faster than Arsenal. They're the first team to register a shot on target. Not even 1, but there were 2. Gabriel Magalhaes passes in Granit Xhaka on the left side of the pitch. Granit Xhaka controls that ball, and then he feels like no one is coming in through. Guess who comes? Fafana Wesley comes in through, passes it Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy comes in through, does a double pass, and when he does a double pass, obviously Fafana cuts inside, and Gabriel Magalhaes slides into him to really get him out of position, into shooting position, and when he shot that ball, it went directly into the knees of Ramsdale, and that was a save taken. That happened, I think, in like the 10th minute of the game. You get, it took Arsenal close to 20 minutes to at least see that Arsenal settled into this game. But when they settled in the game, they obviously settled in fully. And obviously, in the 23rd minute, Arsenal scored their first goal through Gabriel Jesus. What an execution. The execution was exquisite. That execution was exquisite. Exquisite execution from Gabriel Jesus. Guys, this guy, people said that he cannot score 20 goals. Guys, in just 2 games, he has 2 goals with 4 assists. You get me? So, this guy is going to compete with the likes of Haaland. He's going to compete with the likes of Nunes, the likes of Mo Salah and Ronaldo. Trust me. I'm speaking it here, and one day one time will come here and tell me that Rokani, you're right, because when you look at how this guy scored the first goal, it was out of nothing. How many defenders were around him? 3 or 4 defenders of Leicester City were cocooning around this guy. Guess what? They knew that he was going to really do very many touches, but he used 1 touch to set that ball where he wanted him to shoot it from. That's what he did. When he set it, all these defenders thought that he was going to either put on a second touch or really pass it to look for another Arsenal player. Guess what? He curled that ball into the upper bottom corner beyond the reach of the goalkeeper of Leicester City, and it counted. It counted immediately. That is what this guy brings at Emirates. Whoever was questioning this guy, you don't know what you're talking about. This guy was playing at Man City. He was never given a chance to play as a number 9 most of the times because he was played on the left or right flank. Every time he led the line, he looked perfect. But now he's at Arsenal and he's being given what he was always requesting for. 2 goals, 2 goals, 2 assists. That is what we call a world-class performance. When you look at all those goals, they are really trademark goals. You see, by the way, have you noticed that every time Arsenal is bringing a corner, Gabriel Jesus is always on the last post, opposite to where the corner is coming in from? Have you ever known that? You remember the goal he scored in against Everton in America, when Cedric Soares floated that ball and he found him alone. He took a very brilliant first touch and he hit that ball into the roof of the net. You remember that very well? The same goal he scored against Sevilla to really make his hat-trick. He was on the last post, opposite where the ball is coming in from. That's where he is always. Even the second goal he scored today, he was on the last pole, opposite where the ball was coming in from, and he really nodded that ball into the back of the net. That is a man who goes by names of Gabriel Jesus. So he's really a very good player, guys. He's really great. He's really great. And this is the difference in us at Arsenal. The Arsenal that never had Gabriel Jesus is different from the Arsenal that is having Gabriel Jesus. 23rd minute he scored, 35th minute he scored, an own goal from William Saliba in the 53rd minute. Then Grant Xhaka was given a ball by Gabriel Jesus and he scored. Then James Maddison went ahead to score in the 74th minute, and guess what Gabriel Jesus did? He said, all right, you guys, I'm here to give Arsenal what it deserves. And guess what he did? He gave in an assist to Gabriel Martinelli, and Martinelli made it 4-2, and that's how this game of football ended. One thing I really want to really hail about Arsenal fans, when William Saliba netted in his own net, do you know what happened? The fans just stunned him. The fans just stunned William Saliba because he had a brilliant performance. Apart from that era, he had a brilliant performance in the For You. And obviously, you expect such things to happen because we've seen the likes of Nemanja Vidic netting theirs in their own halves, Rio Ferdinand, Sol Campbell, Vermaelen, John Terry. So anyone who comes in and really says, all right, he scored against himself, he's not a very good defender, then you've not yet watched football at the level that we've watched it at. We've seen every defender. Can you name me any central defender who played in his career that has never scored in his own net? I don't think that person is there playing as a central defender. And sometimes this was not aimed at really scoring in his own net. He was trying to do a back pass to Ramsdale, but Ramsdale had already made a move. You get? He had already made a move, and he headed that ball where Ramsdale was coming in from. You get? So, positives today by Arsenal again, scoring fast. Arsenal scored fast, guys. Arsenal scored fast. Even the game of Crystal Palace, Arsenal scored fast. Secondly, Arsenal was the first team to get a 2-goal lead. You know that very well. And against Crystal Palace, 2-0. And in this game of football, again, they had a 2-0 lead by first half. But the difference is, in this game, Arsenal added to their goal early enough. 12 minutes after scoring the first goal, they scored the second goal. That means it took Arsenal 12 minutes only to go ahead and really score their second goal. But remember, in the other game of Crystal Palace, Arsenal scored their second goal. Let me see. Let me be exact in that for you. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. I think there are like 60 minutes between when Arsenal scored their first goal and when they really scored their second goal. All right. It took Arsenal 65 minutes to score their second goal. It took Arsenal 65 minutes to score their second goal against Crystal Palace, and this time round, it has taken Arsenal only 12 minutes to score their second goal, and it took them another 20 minutes to score their third goal. This sequence is just getting better and better. And it took them, again, another 20 minutes to score their fourth goal, meaning that every 20 minutes, Arsenal was really scoring. You get? They scored their first goal in the 23rd minute, the other one in the 35th minute, 55 and 75 minutes. So it shows you that every 20 minutes, averagely, Arsenal was scoring a goal. It shows you that it's really great. And secondly, one thing I liked about Arsenal is they never allowed Leicester to grow into this game. Remember, in the 53rd minute, an own goal from William Saliba, putting the game to a 2-1 result. You get? Then, after 2 minutes only, Granit Xhaka scores, meaning that they regain their 2-goal lead. Every time Leicester tried to narrow the gap in between them and Arsenal responded by making it hard and extending the gap back to a 2-goal margin. Even after James Maddison scored in the 74th minute, guess what happened? Gabriel Martinelli scored in the 70th minute, meaning that after 1 minute, Arsenal restored its win again. Its 2-goal lead again. That is a positive, and that's a response you would love from your team as a manager like Mikel Arteta in there at the side which goes by names of Arsenal. Lots of things are noted down in this game of football. Then I noted down in there for you. There is what we call developing partnerships in Arsenal. Guys, I've already told you about this partnership. It has 4 players in it. Zinchenko, Gabriel Martinelli, Martin Odegaard, and Gabriel Jesus. If you've watched this game clearly, this partnership is really growing game in, game out. This partnership is growing and it's becoming more and more and more stronger and result oriented. They are putting in results game in, game out. Why are they putting in results? Look at how Martin Odegaard controlled that midfield. You get? He's not selfish. It's all about distributing that ball and giving Arsenal the control they deserve into that game of football. Look about Martinelli, the consistency. He scored against the side which goes by the names of Crystal Palace, and this time he has scored again. You get? Gabriel Jesus scoring in his second game, dominating it totally with 2 goals and 2 assists, 4 goal involvements. That is a man who goes by the names of Gabriel Jesus. Martin Odegaard, masterclass in that midfield. Masterclass. Talk of the other players. Zinchenko, oh my God. When you talk about Zinchenko, you can even take the whole show talking about him. Yet, we are left with just 8 minutes to really sum up this match reaction either for you. He really had a very good game. The reason as to why he's starting at Arsenal is simple. Look at the areas and pockets of space he really runs into. Do you know that most of the game, Zinchenko was playing like a midfielder in this game, especially in the first half. The way they narrowed down Leicester, they squeezed Leicester to an extent that Leicester started playing in its own 18 yards box. Zinchenko, being a very good player, confident on the ball, he really told them that, all right, give me that ball always, and he always squeezed down either for you. He was really good on the ball. His combination between him, Saka, Gabriel Jesus, and Odegaard. I really believe that Arsenal is building something that is really going to be hard to be broken. Then, set pieces. Arsenal is making it a cult. In the game of Crystal Palace, their first goal came in from a set piece. Even in this game, they've scored in a set piece, meaning that Arsenal's set piece coach, is he called Nicholas something? I don't know his other name, but his first name is Nicholas. They got him from Manchester City. He's really doing the job why Mikel Arteta brought him in the fold, because they've scored a second set piece goal in their second game of the season, meaning that they have lots of set piece sets. They really deliver, and each and every time you see them deliver that set piece, it's always hard for them to go into. It's always hard for that ball to go into the goalkeeper's hands. Even if it comes towards the goalkeeper just punches it out. He doesn't really hold it. Even before they scored, remember that effort, that near post effort that Gabriel Jesus put in through and really brushed that ball. I think it was a set piece that he brushed into that ball and it went into the side net. So Arsenal are really looking great. They are really a threat. Trust me, they are really a threat. If you're not threatened, then you are not a person who watches football. 2 games, 2 points, 6 points. They did the same thing in Florida to score in a set piece against Everton, and it was Gabriel Jesus. So Arsenal is really a team that is not a joke. Then the high line of William Saliba and Gabriel Jesus, it's another positive that Arsenal has gone ahead to maintain in this game of football, because it's always hard to play against players like Jamie Vardy who are fast. And it was only once, I think it was only once, when he beat the high line. And that's when a penalty was given. That's when Arsenal had considered a penalty, but VAR overturned it because a player who goes by the names of Ramsdale came out and really just never touched him. You get? But the referee saw Jamie Vardy go down and thought that he had been touched by Ramsdale, yet Ramsdale didn't touch him, and that penalty was overturned after he went onto the side monitor screen and said, all right, it's not supposed to be a penalty in there, at the side which goes by the names of Emirates. You get? So, Ramsdale really did a very good job today. Obviously, for the second goal, I think he would have done better. He would have done that. But I will believe that he never thought that Maddison was going to go on target. That's it. He thought that maybe Maddison was really going to square that ball, and he was really looking out for a cross from Maddison. But Maddison read the mind of Ramsdale like a book and said, all right, Ramsdale thinks I'm really going to square this ball or really cross it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go for the near post. However narrow the angle was, Maddison put up an exquisite shot, and it went into the back of the net. He took it with precision, and it went to the back of the net, and it was 3-2. But Arsenal never allowed the gap to narrow and narrow. They went ahead to widen it again by scoring their fourth goal into this game of football, and Arsenal are really doing great in this game of football, and they've earned themselves more 3 points in the for you. Then Tielemans was nowhere to be seen. Tielemans was nowhere to be seen. And by the way, talking about Tielemans, these two players play like they're fed up of this team. Tielemans was nowhere to be seen. Partey silenced him, Grant Xhaka, because today Arsenal never played with a 4-2-3-1. They played with a 4-3-3 system. That's what Arsenal played with. So, Tielemans was facing Thomas Partey, but Partey silenced a player who goes by the names of Tielemans in there for you. And I think him and Wesley Fofana, the way they played, they were sending a message to Brendan Rodgers that, please, why don't you sell us? Why don't you sell us? Arsenal has brought the money that you guys called for, and you don't want to sell us. You get? Why don't you sell us? Sell us because you are really needing this in there for you. So I really believe that Arsenal dominated the midfield, and they really dominated everything. Even Wesley Fofana, the fouls he was doing, the way he really dragged Martinelli back, oh my God, it's really something that we should even discuss about more, because the way Martinelli bossed that guy Wesley Fofana, and Fofana played like he's not an 80 million pound rated player needed by Chelsea. He was like, why don't you sell me? He was like, give me a red card and get out. You get? So I think Leicester should really sell these players off. If at all they continue to have them until the transfer window closes, and then they sell them on the deadline day, it won't really count or add more value to the team. I really believe that they should do so much better. But Gabriel Martinelli, guys, he's a player, I'm really telling you, keep your eye on that guy. Keep your eye onto that guy who goes by names of Gabriel Martinelli. He went ahead to silence a man who goes by the names of Wesley Fofana. He obviously beat him hands down, and he sat him every time he met him. So I really believe that Arsenal really had a very good game today. But again, lots of things to really look into them by the manager, and I'm going to bring you his reaction. Obviously, Arsenal had 19 shots. Leicester had 6. 7 shots on target by Arsenal, 2 shots on target by Leicester. Then 51% possession by Arsenal, 49% by Leicester City. For this, I think the manager would request for more. It has to be like 70-75. Then passes put together by Arsenal, 460. Then Leicester put together 465. This is not what Mikel Arteta wants. He wants almost times 2 the number of passes that his opponent has put up. But Leicester passed Arsenal off the park with 640, with 465. Arsenal making 460. This is not something that Mikel Arteta would love in the style of play he wants to play. Accuracy, Arsenal had 83%. Leicester had 81%. 15 fouls by Arsenal. That means Arsenal lost the ball a lot. That's why they really had these 15 fouls in there for you. Then Leicester had 9. 1 yellow card for Arsenal, 1 yellow card for Leicester. 0 yellow cards for both sides. 2 offsides for Arsenal, 2 offsides by Leicester City, 6 corners by Arsenal, 2 corners by a side which goes by the names of Leicester City. So those are the stats and how the game went down. Arsenal have really gone ahead.